Hello and welcome. I'm Tracy Pa with the Midday News. Prime Minister James Marape has reinforced Papua New Guinea's commitment to protecting its marine resources by intensifying efforts against illegal fishing. Through the Defense Cooperation Agreement with the United States, PNG will enhance surveillance and reinforcement into its exclusive economic zone, ensuring that illegal fishing activities are promptly identified and addressed.
Emphasize the critical economic values of PNG's fisheries sector, particularly tuna, which accounts for over 55% of the world's tuna supply. He highlighted that small Pacific Island nations, despite being custodians of vast ocean resources, must not remain economically disadvantaged due to illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. Papua New Guinea is responsible for approximately 15 to 20% of the world's tuna supply. However, when considering the wider Western and Central Pacific Ocean, which includes PNG and other Pacific nations, this region accounts for over 55% of the global tuna catch. PNG is the largest EEZ in the Pacific, rich in skipjack, yellowfin, big eye, and albacore tuna, making it one of the most significant contributors to the global tuna industry.
This is us stop illegal fishing, illegal and unregulated fishing. These are the groups that are depleting the fisheries in the Pacific, Central and Western Pacific waters. The world is concerned that this fish stock may be depleted. Other fish stock in other waters are being depleted as we speak. Our water remains the last water that is still healthy for not just tuna, but major fish stocks in the world, so to speak.
Under the DCA with the US, PNG will enhance its capacity to apprehend illegal fishing vessels through joint maritime patrols and real-time surveillance technology. The U.S. military will assist in bolstering PNG's ability to monitor its waters and swiftly act against unauthorized fishing activities.
Fish and tuna has the greatest potential to be a big employment creator for us and money earner for us. I did inform that forum yesterday in Honiara that working with the American through our ship rider and our defense corporation, any illegal fish in our waters, we will catch them and sink the boats and apprehend the boats.
Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
In time to further safeguard PNG's fisheries sector, the government is set to introduce a fish domestication policy in the second quarter of 2025. This policy mandates that all fish caught in PNG's waters must be processed locally, ensuring value addition before export.
This year, our fish domestication policy will come into place, and PNG will be on our way to all catches being brought into our country for processing and into our fish processing hubs and current plants we have, where we're working with to get it all fixed, if not set up our own.
The National Center of Excellence recently conducted a two-day leadership workshop aimed at monitoring and evaluating the training component of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary. Assistant Commissioner of Police for Training, Peru Drano, said misconceptions surrounding the training component of the force warranted the need to have this workshop and improve training standards. A two-day leadership workshop on monitoring and evaluating the training component of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary was held on February 26 and 27, brought together trainers within the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary to review the training modules of the force, identify issues, and create dialogue on how to deal with those issues. The PNG-Australian Policing Partnership funded the workshop.
Intention to provide a conducive or the best environment for the best training possible for this constabulary. We can only manage it now, bring the leaders here to look at our program, the training program in this country, including the National Center of Excellence and the provincial centers.
ACP Drano said misconceptions surrounding the training component of the force warranted the need to have this workshop and improve training standards.
But if we're not monitoring our process and then evaluating our performance, then there's no measurement to see whether we are advancing or we are not advancing.
He said some of the plans outlined in the workshop included looking at how to increase the training program and better train recruits to the true police force standards.
So that we look at what we're doing. Are we doing it well? And we are doing it well, then let's enhance it. We cannot rest. We need to continue to improve in every aspect of training.
The ACP hopes this kind of workshop be held annually to ensure trainers are well prepared to train recruits who want to join the police force. ACP Drano says they have a plan to bring in trainers from the police force overseas. He said these trainers will also bring in participants from their country who will be trained under the cadet program. Drano said currently the police force is working on ensuring they have enough resources and facilities in place before they bring in outside support.
It's likely next year we're going to get on board other countries' trainees to join the cadet program in PNG, in our PNG seat. If that works, we're going to have other countries sending in their cadets as well as the constable training. Once again, we are limited to our resources. As if you have seen the couple of development in the training colleges geared towards the Pacific Initiative program that will be conducting programs at the same time inviting our neighbors to join us.
Last week, the Department of Finance launched its Corporate Annual Plan 2023 to 2027 and the Annual Activity Plan for the year. Finance Minister and Finance Secretary underscored the responsibilities that rest on the Finance Department in terms of fiscal management to ensuring sustainable prosperity of the country.
Our department plays a pivotal role in shaping the financial policies and managing systems that will drive PNG into the next 50 years. As we mark this historic milestone, we must also look ahead into the next chapter, one of enhanced economic resilience, fiscal discipline, and innovative and inclusive growth. This corporate plan and 2025 work programs will serve as critical tools to ensure that our financial system supports the broader national agenda for sustainable prosperity for the country.
Marabe Rosso government has made a clear pledge to take back Papua New Guinea and make it the richest Christian nation. This bold vision requires honest money management and at its foundation. As we gather here today, we commit to being worthy guardians of every kina that belongs to the people of Papua New Guinea. As we approach 50 years of our Golden Jubilee celebration, I use this occasion to call every citizen of this beautiful nation to play your part from wherever you are to contribute to the nation building.
In the overseas news, hundreds of artifacts stolen or taken by Indonesia's former colonial ruler, the Netherlands, are being displaced in Jakarta after they were repatriated. In recent years, efforts to bring back Indonesian cultural objects have intensified despite questions over whether Indonesian museums can properly protect them.
From East Java to Jakarta with an extraordinary detour. These Hindu Buddhist statues date to the 13th century, but for the past 200 years they've been kept on the other side of the world.
These items all help solve the puzzle of Indonesia's past. They've been hidden away in the Netherlands, but when they return home, they help complete the historic narrative.
Taken from a Javanese temple, they form part of a collection now on display of artefacts returned to Indonesia by the Dutch. Some items were stolen. Others, like these Balinese artworks, were taken to Europe for an exhibition and never returned. The head of collections, Gunawan, says getting them all back has taken decades.
For repatriating artifacts, first we need to do research about the origins of the items we claim. Mainly, we are trying to repatriate items that historically were the result of looting or the booty of war.
Each day, school students stream in here to see parts of their country's history that only a year or two ago were being kept in European museums.
I feel like I went back in time. I cannot imagine how they made it so detailed.
Since its independence from the Dutch in 1949, Indonesia has sought the return of cultural items, but the process only accelerated when Jakarta submitted a detailed list 3 years ago. It's part of a broader restitution and repatriation movement of governments asking former colonial rulers for their treasures or artefacts back. Complicating the process is Indonesia's track record of museum theft, including hundreds of trinkets and other items returned by the Dutch in 2019 that were burgled from a museum in Sulawesi. History buffs hope that these priceless parts of Indonesian history never go missing again.
And that ends the news update. Join us at 6 tonight for more.